Hello and welcome to the morning meeting, Building Jomboy Media. I don't use headphones when I do this show. My name is Jimmy. His name is Matty, and this is the morning meeting. And we're 26 subscribers away from 20,000. So if 26 of you want to open up the YouTube real quick, you enjoy the behind-the-scenes insights. A lot of people enjoy the transparency we have here. If you found yourself listening to this and you're interested to listen again, you can hit subscribe. 26 people away from 20,000. Hell, 10,000 of you do it. No, 26, maybe 20, 30 to be safe. Some people might have like a personal rule that they don't subscribe to channels over 20K. So then once we break that, they might delete, unsubscribe. So we would need maybe 12, maybe 40 people would be the safe number. Anyway, welcome to the show. My name's Jimmy. His name is Matty. We got some topics today. We got All-Star Game coming up, warehouse stuff, Big League Chew stuff, questions from you guys. If you want questions answered in next week's episode, which we might be doing from All-Star, or we might not do an episode next week.
Next week is a fun, special, not podcast episode. You sat down with a few MLB players and went through Savant with them, so that'll go out next week.
Radio. No words that time. If you know that song just from that bit of instrumental, comment below. How are you doing?
I'm good. I mean, I think at this point we just hit the 26 subscribers, so I'm awesome now.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to diving in a little bit. The Big League Chew that you aforementioned. Don't know if I used that in a sentence properly, but that's exciting. Seeing that on the site, that screenshot there, we'll get to it, is really cool.
Do you think I need to start dressing better for this show? Because Courtney is doing an episode a month now.
She's dressing.
And she dressed nice.
Yeah.
She looked good, presentable. So, I don't know. This is kind of my nice outfit. I bought this shirt because we were going out to dinner, just the adults down the shore, and I didn't pack any nice clothes. I just literally, you might say this is just a t-shirt. It's not nice. But I packed worse than this.
It's a nice t-shirt.
It's like I packed like the same beach shirt I've been wearing for 15 years and not real shorts. So on the way, we stopped at B&B in Lavalette, and I bought a bunch of these shirts. And I was pumped because they had their front rack was like Comfort Colors. I didn't realize the brand Comfort Colors made such big waves. I know we switched our store to those, and I've loved that change. I like them. I didn't know there were other places. They were like, we have Comfort Colors. And I was like, great. I know I like that model shirt and size, so I bought 3. This was one of them.
Hell yeah.
So shout out to Comfort Colors.
We used Comfort Colors at college for come buy a shirt for our club. But then when we used it here, I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, I thought they were like a new thing. I've just never had them.
I mean, maybe it was new. My
other thing
5 years
is this
ago.
style hat I want now. Justin Dill of the Washington Freedom.
Yeah.
And McFlurry Power, previously Pinstripe Strong. He gave us all these hats because he works at a chicken and pickleball place. They're super breathable in the back. So now I want to go see if we can
make Jomboy.
Because I looked up this model and you can't. It's for wholesale. It's for companies that make products.
Okay.
So I want to see if we can make hats that are this model. I looked it up. I did a deep dive. When I find something that I find comfortable, I'm like, get me 10 of them, please, right now. It's Richardson Outdoor, and then I forget the brand, the model name.
Okay. So let's make some of those.
Yeah. Also, Lids has these hats that are they did a golf line, and they're super breathable in the back. Might buy myself one of those. So, new stuff.
Hey, how about that? Another new thing is that the All-Star Game is coming up, and you are doing a special because I feel like you're not only doing the All-Star Game, you're doing cricket while you're down there, which is exciting.
Yes.
So it's first half cricket, right? You're kind of going down, doing the cricket, and then switch to All-Star brain?
My schedule is really chock full, so let me pull it up. So I'm flying out Saturday. And then Sunday, so I'm flying out Saturday, and I gave myself, Katie and the kids are going down the shore, so I gave myself time to get there early, and I probably have to edit breakdowns and get things done on Saturday. Sunday, I might be doing something with Fanatics Fan Fest early, and then I have to watch the Yankee game and record the Talkin Yanks recap. And then after that, head straight to the Grand Prairie Stadium for the Major League Cricket game. I'll be on the pregame show and maybe doing some other stuff. Joe's will be with me. He's going to be filming, getting reactions and crowd stuff there. So me, Joe's, and Taylor will be going to Major League Cricket on Sunday. And then Monday, we have a ton of recording. And that's the Derby Monday, right?
Yes.
So a lot of podcasts will be going on at the house and hanging out, but then also we're going to the Home Run Derby on Monday. Yeah. And then Tuesday's the actual All-Star game. We have our event.
Yep.
We also have Talkin Yanks with Boone, Jimmy's Three Things.
Yep.
And then Wednesday morning, I'm taking like the 7 a.m. home because I need to be able to work one Wednesday when I get back. I'll have a breakdown and a Jimmy's Three Things. I got to pre-record because the following week I'm on vacation.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's busy, but I'm excited. Excited to bring Joe's to Major League Cricket, and so he can see that, and then we can pivot. And MI New York is playing, who are the team that's on Yes Network. The Yankees play like the Sunday morning game on Roku, which helps our schedule a ton. But if that game goes kind of quick and the post game is quick, then I think there's a possibility that cricket game, the MLC game, will be on Yes Linear, which will be really nice for Joe's and I when we're there to be like, hey,
right,
you can tune in and watch where we're at and what we're doing at the pregame show. I don't know if Yes gets the pregame shows, but if they do, otherwise they'll be on the Yes app if you're in the area and you have Yes. Otherwise, Willow TV is a paid app. You can watch there. But that excited me. And it's Calvin Savage's team and Mo from We Got Ice.
Okay, nice.
So I'm excited to see some familiar faces there.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. You alluded to the Yes Network, and you recently did like a whole video for them. I'm assuming that it was on TV, but they also just posted it on YouTube, which is where I saw it.
Yeah, they posted, I don't think the full like 10 minutes, but I think I missed it because I was out. It was like a Saturday, but I think they posted snippets of it. Yeah, so Yes called and they were like, well, you're everywhere because they did this deal with MLC, Major League Cricket, to air the regional games on regional networks. So like Willow TV has all the games. You have to pay. It's $8 a month to get it. Or you can get it through your cable package. That's how I get Willow, through my cable package. But they wanted to go find the regional networks. So, if you're a Yankees fan, you already have Yes Network probably. And now you can get the local New York team. And like I don't know if they did any other Bally's regionals. They were trying to for regional teams. I'm not sure if they did that, which I think is a smart move. They're trying to get it more available for the U.S. to find streaming services you might already have. And the one where I found out the game that was happening during All-Star break was a MI New York game. I was like, oh, that's really nice. That's convenient.
Yeah.
And they're really good. I think they're the best team in the league.
Nice.
Them or Dilla's Washington Freedom. That's who I got right now. I don't even know. Although MI New York did lose, but it was a rainout loss. I don't even count it.
While you're looking that up, the Yes Network video was like you in front of a whiteboard, which was kind of funny.
I told them, I said, can I stand in front of a whiteboard? I think if I can draw some stuff, it'll click easier. And if I can do the lineup. That's how I think about everything, though, is like, you got to entertain the eyes and the ears. So if it's just me standing there talking at you about a sport most people are reluctant to understand, then you're not. It's going to be so much harder. So,
did you read the comments on their YouTube video?
No. Were they nice?
Yes.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, you should go read them. They're like very positive.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, the cricket community has been really nice. I read some on Reddit, and they were like, basically, it was like, yeah, they should have Americans explain it to Americans, because even if they disagree with how I'm saying it,
yeah,
or think they disagree.
Right.
But it's like, that is the problem. Oftentimes, and it's the same thing. Like if you're Australian and you want to learn baseball, probably better to have like Moylan explain it to you, who can tie the terms and make sure you're saying them right.
Yeah.
Because there's so many phrases that mean different things, different places.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, really a lot of good comments. The top most liked one. Wow, the way he explained baseball is the inverse of cricket. Batters versus bowlers rotating and runs versus out being the unlikely outcome is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
This guy said, as an Englishman who moved to America, I've always been trying to explain it. I need to steal Jimmy's explanation and add that in. So, yeah.
Well, shout out Crick Nate. Nate has helped me like a lot. And then I've heard little sayings here and there. That is the biggest difference, though. Like from a mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Even cricket to baseball, which is what I was saying to them. They're like, well, why do you wear gloves? I'm like, because if they didn't, the game structure doesn't work. It would take forever and be sloppy.
Yeah. Speaking of Bally's, the warehouse games is officially on Bally's. Now it's like running.
Yeah.
Not only that, but it's a massive amount of run time too. 325 hour-long spots throughout July on TV, which I don't know about you, but that number was like, whoa, I didn't realize that it was going to be
325 hours?
I believe so. 325 one-hour spots.
How many, if I Google this, how many hours are in July? Think that just comes up? 744.
So half the time.
So half of, wait, what? But that's over.
It's overlapping.
It's over 17 networks.
Yeah, so it's going to overlap.
So it's not like one. It's not like we are. What's the Rob Dyrdek show? Ridiculousness.
Fantasy Factory.
No, the one that's on it. If you turn MTV, it's on. Is that Ridiculousness?
Yeah.
It's not like we're Ridiculousness for MTV.
No.
It's not like you just turn on. We're gonna be on
No.
because it's over 17.
Yes. So like, basically divide 325 by 17, and that's probably what you're gonna get.
In top of my head, 19.11.
I had it as 19.21. Yeah. So, 19 hours out of 700, but still 325 spots. That's really cool. And then we're also now getting comments about people like seeing it on Bally's. Corey Shiver on last morning episode said the Bally's plan is already working. The boomers in my office are talking about how awesome Blitzball in the warehouse is because they found it on Bally's. And then this
I love that.
Yeah.
That wasn't originally like, oh, we're going to get the linear TV demo. Because I actually was like, I don't know if like they would enjoy this. But then I realized Chris Rose shit-talking a bunch of young kids is right up Boomer's alley.
Oh, yeah. They like it.
Like the announcing. That's what someone else in our office, they said my dad kept the channel on and watched it. And he said he liked the announcer.
Yeah.
Because it's just, you don't hear that. But it's different.
Yeah.
Forget how weird it is. Like I was watching my Captain's League, and I was like, "This is gonna be like people are gonna watch this. It's gonna be on their TV, and they don't understand what's happening. It's like not talented. Like we're not. The Captain's League isn't high caliber.
Yeah.
Besides Doyle,
right?
But it's so funny.
It's also funny. Like Slapball will eventually be on there, and at least like we're playing baseball right now, more or less, and people can understand.
All in play.
I know.
Oh
but
boy,
that's at least I guess slapball is similar to other sports. Like I was going to say, ball and play is similar to cricket to a degree.
Yeah, I actually think slapball is easy to understand at a general level.
Yeah. Score on this.
Throw
goal.
the net. Throw the ball into the net. And bounce it into the net. Yeah. We need to plan out next year. Pretty bad. Pretty soon.
Yeah, we did that September.
Upfronts coming up.
Okay.
Whenever that is, we need to have the full plan.
Yeah, I think we did that in September of last year. We planned out. Because remember I was in the mask? I was COVIDed.
Yeah. Hey, early. This is early thoughts. Might scare some people, but I'll tune them in. And this is only like 3 people. Early, and not even Sam, so I feel bad. Because she's like head of production for Warehouse. So early. I was on LoopNet looking at warehouses.
To get a different one.
Eventually, yeah.
And LoopNet, for those that don't know.
It's like Zillow for industrial rentals. It's how I found the warehouse we're in. Basically, the thought process is like the plan can't be that in 5 years we're still in the current warehouse we're in because the conditions are not suitable for people.
And
like, you know,
Go
not
ahead.
being able to control the temperature. It's dusty. It's an old warehouse. Now, I want it to remain in a warehouse, but if we had more space, and we could design it to be the similar like dimensions, and it would have the similar dress up and vibe. But if the offices around it were better, the only problem is, and why this is so far away, the only way we can do this is if we tap into a partner that's either, you know, distribution partner or advertising partner that is bought in and pays for the build out, which does happen often if you have a big enough deal. The other option would be we, like, as a company, save money to build up to do this, because it would cost a lot of money to get a new one, and then that transfer period. And then the other thing is, if we do that, the revenue needs to go higher to sustain that and have different revenue, but the content calendar is full. So it's not like we can add more,
Right.
we can't just add more games and that's going to add more revenue, because that's not how like YouTube and output works. You can outrun your audience very fast if you do that.
Yeah.
And then you're out. So it's more like, okay, what are some other revenue streams? If we're able to get like a place where we can put giant grandstands and sell tickets to games, how much would that be? That will never make us money.
No.
I did the math on that. I looked at the Indoor Football League,
Sure.
because they've been around forever.
Yeah.
Me and Rob Sirocco, I think, did the math on this. They do $10 million in revenue. They have 128 games a season, though.
Yeah.
Like 16 teams play 16 games. And they sell like around 4,000 on average tickets per game for $25, which gets you to like 78 grand a game, 10 million. So it would need to be a completely new thing. So I would love to get a new place that has the availability to, you know, get some people and fans to come watch and be part of the live process, but that will never be enough revenue to make a dent. It would just be for the experience and community building.
Yeah.
But there's something about like equipment, branding equipment, or lessons for PE teachers. There's a whole industry that is like underneath the public about lessons plans and guides, and like, you know, like Coach Ballgame might be part of this. I don't know, like selling like materials for coaches and equipment's like, hey, here's how you run a practice. Here's this. And one of the cooler comments, or someone that reached out once, was when we did the 1 inning league roulette, someone was like, I used this format in my PE class because I loved how you changed teammates. Everyone had to play, you know. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I was like, okay, if I come up with a bunch of those and the games and the equipment, like there's packages. So I have no idea if any of those help us sustain a new place. But just to let you guys know, and like we would be like 2 years out if this ever happened, because you need to build a whole business plan. But early thoughts.
Yeah, and Mike said that he'd rather like get a new warehouse and like paint it or design it to look like the old warehouse that we currently have.
Yeah,
right?
you just go black. I would want the similar vibe. It would just need to be better. Better parking, better air control, like quality of the air, not just temperature.
Yeah. Now, when we were in the Bronx and you initially brought up getting this warehouse, you had said,
I think it was Jake's idea.
Yeah, I think just when you were showing me like pictures of it online, like, oh, we're going to go tour this place, you had said like, oh, and we can put offices in there. Is that like, when you're looking at these new places, is that definitely like, hey, let's get office space?
I don't know, because then like better than we have now, but I don't know if it's ever going to be like, if we would, warehouse games have to become such a main thing that we would have to pivot and like get rid of this office. And then our office space is now attached to this warehouse. And then we'd have no Manhattan. It would be New Jersey. That would change a lot of people's lives. So I don't think that's the plan.
Okay.
This next iteration that we're just like thinking on, we could come to the conclusion after all the searching that it's not feasible. Yeah. And it's better to invest less money into the place we're in to make it more sustainable than to go do this new venture. Who knows? That's the beauty of warehouse, is the ceiling is literally has like 5 different like tunnels up.
Yeah.
And I have no idea which one we're going to choose.
Yeah.
Or which one we're going to go. Just keep growing it, see which doors open.
I went to the dentist 2 weeks ago, I think, and the dental hygienist ended up subscribing to 4 of our YouTube channels. She said her husband is a PE teacher, and him and their 2 sons love like any kind of game. So I said, oh, I got the perfect thing for you. And I was wearing a Warehouse Crew shirt.
Oh, yeah?
And so she said, oh, my God, you're wearing a shirt. You're really bought in. I said, oh, yeah, of course. And so I can't wait 6 months from now. I really praying that I got the same hygienist, and then I could see.
Diehard fan.
Yeah. Is your husband doing the games in his class? Are your sons fans, etc.?
Yeah, we've had a lot of people reach out, like maybe 2 or 3 also say like we play ball and play at recess now. Someone said I want to do slap ball at one point. I remember someone saying that. So like that's cool. Yeah. I mean, someone invented mat ball. Put it on the map for PE teachers.
Sure. Yeah. No, that's people were asking like what type of ball we're playing with for ball and play and slap ball, and that's where my mind went in the leaders meeting yesterday. It was like, oh, we could sell the 4 balls in like a pack, and that's really cool.
That it would be fun, yeah.
All right, just wrapping up Bally's here though. There was another cool comment that we'd be remiss to pass on. Seventh the Tiger had commented on the main channel. Twins got rained out, so Bally North put on Blitzball for us to watch at the bar. I loved explaining the rules to everybody. It was awesome, which is funny.
That is funny. On at the bar. That was when we did Yes Network, and we have a best of Talkin Yanks, and then it came out, and then we got pictures of it at the bar. I'm like, wait, what? I forgot bars and gyms just run these channels.
Right.
So yeah, that's always funny.
All right. Let's thank our sponsor today before we dive into anything else, because this whole thing is brought to you by DraftKings.
Ooh, DraftKings is bringing you a lot.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. New customers can bet just $5 on anything and receive 115 bonus bets instantly. If sports betting is not yet available at your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have the shot to win cash prizes. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use promo code MEETING and bet just $5 on any wager and get 115 bonus bets instantly. It's promo code MEETING only at DraftKings Sportsbook.
Heck yeah. Right now, all new customers who bet just $5 on anything will get $150 in bonus bets instantly. All right, let's talk about what we were talking about at the beginning of the show. Bad sentence. Big League Chew is on the Jomboy Media shop. Have you been to that page yet? It just looks like so funny to see a product like that.
Where is it on the page?
If you just go to shop.jomboymedia and search Big League Chew, these 2 items pop up. And for anybody that doesn't know, while you pull that up, if the We Got Ice guys are running a sweepstakes where if you buy Big League Chew from our site, you're automatically entered into sweepstakes, I believe is the correct way of saying it, in order to go to the Little League World Series and see them there.
Yeah, you get a lot of stuff. So you can go to the Little League World Series, you can meet Jack and Zoe, and you get like a Big League Chew package. And I think there was a 4th bullet point. I was watching that on the train in, the newest We Got Ice video where they delivered this. And their audience was very excited about it, which was cool to see. Big League Chew on the site. We Got Ice has a shirt in the color I like, that like cream color.
Okay.
On our store that I just saw. Ivory, they're calling it. I don't know if I can wear this one. Home of the world famous Glizzy. We Got Ice.
Oh, I see it.
When did that shirt become a thing?
They've got a few new ones because they got that birds and worms.
The birds and worms shirt, I want that pretty bad.
The Glizzy one, that's on the back. You see the little thing on the front. I think that's where you could get away wearing this.
Fuck, man. I wear the shirt that Sarah made for her friend.
Yeah,
that just says we should kiss. What if we kissed? But I like the color and the look. And every time I wear it, I get compliments and I feel cooler than I should be. So maybe this We Got Ice shirt will work out for me. Damn.
You see what I'm talking about, though, with the thing.
Yeah, but I like the bird one, too.
Well,
I like both of them.
I like the Glizzy one a little better than the bird one.
The bird one makes no sense.
I got a Camp Fork. That got lost at the bottom of my clean shirt pile, and so it's been a while since I've worn it, and that made me sad when I've now arrived to that part of the pile, and I was like, damn it, this should.
Every time we do this show, I end up wanting merch, our own merch.
Okay,
we need to get some Jomboy, some guts merch. In like, what I like about our merch right now is there's a lot being made for me, which are more like simpler designs, not players' faces. I know that those sell really well, and we do a good job. And you're wearing one right now. But I'm not a guy, and there's a lot of people out there that aren't guys that are going to wear a player's face giant on their body, like you are. Remember, I put one on once for this show, and you looked at me, and you're just like, nah.
You know which one it was?
It was the beta one. It was just like, nah, I can't pull it off. But this design, if we had like a guts one that just had some words or some sayings, I'd be all in. I think we are dropping that line, or that's been a plan. Like Talkin baseball shirts that are a little more
muted.
Simple.
Sure.
Like a little more, they're not as loud. I could wear them out to a dinner.
Sure.
I think we've been trying to do that. I don't know. All right, anyway.
The Como boys are coming to the warehouse tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to ask you how your arm
It's not just
feels.
the Como boys. It's the top-ranked Blitzball players.
Sure. But, I mean, Como won the Blitzball World Series, so their prize is coming to the warehouse.
Yeah. Yes. It's part of the deal we have with Blitzball itself that we host the winner of the Blitzball World Series. We hosted the Bombers, and we beat them, which was crazy. I didn't realize that was a big deal.
Neither did I.
But if you go watch that game, Jack Doyle went fucking crazy on defense and offense. So it's like I think Como's coming, but also I think the most top-ranked players are coming, and it's a 1v1 battle royale tournament, and Jake and I are in it.
Yeah.
And we're like, and it's their rules, so it's 80 mile per hour pitch limit. 6 ball, like the pitching distance might be farther. So
hopefully that would be good if it's 80.
Not for like when I'm on the mound.
Oh, right.
I have to pitch. Zoe has to hit and pitch.
Sure.
So Jake and I haven't played Blitzball in a long time. Like we haven't. Usually we like to get a practice session in. Like my body hasn't done that movement. So we're like they're whipping boys.
Yeah.
We're like the early round exits.
Yeah.
We have no idea who we're gonna face.
No.
Like I was at a text message yesterday. Would love to know who I'm facing.
So you can go study film.
Just like wrap my head around it for a little bit.
Yeah, they might pull out of a hat. I don't know.
But they're coming into the warehouse tomorrow, and that's what we'll be doing. So,
what percent would you give yourself to win a game?
Depends who I'm facing.
Okay, sure.
But
if it was like the equivalent of Jack Doyle.
Well, I've beaten Jack one-on-one before.
Right. So,
but that's without rules.
What? Yeah. So I'm saying, what percentage would you give if you were faced Jack 100 times? Beat him 40?
No. Well, in a 1-inning game, which I think we might be playing, and in the warehouse, yeah, because weird shit happens all the time.
Sure.
That's like not skill derived, which is the great equalizer of the warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
I was better, younger when we played. I'd give myself like a 33% chance against Jack, just because there's familiarity there. And if you watch Captain's League Jack when he was pitching, if he's doing that, there's 5% chance. If there's like if he's not feeling good or he threw a bunch. Against these guys, probably 25, but that's not me. That's just the warehouse. That's just like they crush a homer, it hits the ceiling, and I catch it.
Yeah.
And then I hit a dink off the blue wall and it skips. Like that's just warehouse effect that I would give myself 25% chance. And that's probably high.
Hey, they normally play outside, so they might not be ready for the ceiling. Let's jump down to the questions section. If you have any questions, please leave them down below for the next episode. We are not recording next week, but we will be back the following week with.
Are we doing
something
a like behind the scenes type video of
All-Star
Mornin like we did at Cricket?
Yeah,
we're filming that too
during
like
All-Star.
like a day in the life type stuff.
Yeah, so that I think will be the following week.
We can do the whole trip.
Yeah,
too. If I was bringing Osmo, because like that would cover the Cricket crowd too.
Yeah.
We should probably do that. Yeah, not just the one day.
Yep. But I did want to ask this question because it is about Blitzball. I had answered this last week, just saying that the logistics are really tough there, so no. But Greg had asked if the likelihood of 4-man Blitzball teams, and I wanted you to weigh in on that as well.
No. We are all in agreement, like at least like, we got Ice Guys, me and Jake and the others that I've talked to, that three-person teams is the best version of warehouse blitzball, which is what Captain's League kind of was. Like all 4 batted, but there was one didn't play the field. It was in the chair. Having the pitcher and 2 fielders is the best version of the game, and having 3 hitters, so it's not just every other. You can like navigate a lineup more.
Sure.
So that's what we all agree is the best. Logistically, it's impossible. So floorball, we can invite hockey players and they can come play floorball and the learning curve's fine. And ball and play, we can invite the cricket players or some cricket players and the learning curve's fine. There's like, it's kind of easier bar of entry. You can, like blitzball, you could invite someone and instantly McFlurry Power could now be awful. And me and Jake could invite Knutson, who's like the best ranked blitzball player, and now we're favorites. So it's impossible to like invite a third member of each team and not have it drastically change. I think people are too invested in the teams right now to have a team win or lose on someone else's merit.
Sure.
So then we'd say, okay, well, they'd need to be a permanent third. And then that's tough because you'd want it to be someone local. We don't have enough people. It's like really Jolly, Luke, Ryan would be the only 3, I think, that could fill in and the play stays the same.
Yeah, I mean, not thinking about it. Yeah, sure.
Because Jolly can hit, he can field.
Yeah.
Ryan's got the ability to get there. Because you need to be able to pitch and not just like walk like crazy. We can't add anyone more. So 4 people I think is bad. 3 people, like I think 4 people batting lineups is not good. I don't think it's a good product. I didn't want to do all 4 hit for Captain's League. I wanted to have, you chose 3 to hit, 3 to field, 3 to pitch type thing. But it's just hard. And then we can't like flying more people out. That's more hotel rooms. It gets really costly.
Scheduling.
Especially when it does well without that. Whereas the other sports, those are avenues for us to go tap into other worlds that we're not, like tap into the cricket world, which has led to deals and monetary value for the company by making connections in that world. Same with hockey. It's led to knowing creators, getting new communities, and networking. So we don't really need extra push for baseball.
Yep.
So it doesn't make, so it would have to grow to get there, and we would have to figure out how to do it. Like the other thing I was saying is like we could just have like 2 like permanent fielders, but that stinks. Because the difference between 3 and 2 is that all the weak hits kind of go away. Like, which then you can't just like hit a rolling single and the fielder's playing on the other side and now it hits the wall. Like, and there's more outs in the field. And as pitchers, you can pitch to contact more, which is more fun. It's more fun when the ball's put in play. Everyone knows that. Strikeouts are awesome, but you also need some defensive highlights. So 3 is our favorite, but.
So, I mean, we're still filling the warehouse schedule. There's like an ounce of wiggle room. I know there's a lot of tournaments, but like we're doing 1-inning league this year, right? Would you ever consider taking that and making that like the 3-man tournament?
We're doing like battle royale, our own battle royale.
Right.
We're not doing.
It's not. I'm just saying 1-inning league as like a placeholder. There's a December tournament happening.
Yeah, I think we're trying to have like a big bracket as well.
Sure.
Of like a battle royale bracket. I got to map that out.
But I'm saying next year, if 3-man is like an ideal team size, could we fill that spot in the calendar year with, this is a unrelated to franchise or Captain's League, but this is the 3-man blitzball tournament?
interested, would you have completely new teams, or would it be like baggage plus one?
I would have like, you can invite anybody you want. And then, everybody would go try to get Adam.
Yeah, I worry about that because it's not supposed to be about skill. Like when it's not supposed to be about these are the best blitzball players in the world. It's never supposed to even lean that way.
Yeah, for sure.
It's supposed to be about these are creators that you want to go watch their other content. You want to listen to their podcast. You want to hang out with them.
Sure.
And this is like a backyard game, and you're watching because you're buddies with them.
Yep.
So it's much more personality driven, and then the play needs to land in like our skill set.
Yeah.
And arena. So I would not like allow. I wouldn't say wouldn't think it would not be good if we took the top 8 ranked blitzball players and everyone got one.
Sure.
Because all that does is, for people that want the highest quality blitzball, that exists on the other blitzball channels.
Yeah.
What we're offering is not that. It's a creator hybrid sport. We don't want it to be awful, like where people can't throw strikes and people can't hit the ball. So I do think we have this like niche of like, okay, like if I'm not a good pitcher in the warehouse games currently, but if a random person, I could get them out.
Sure.
Like I could throw past them.
Yeah.
And they can get fooled by my curve.
Yeah.
So it's not like where the product is good enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would do a 3-man tournament. I'd have to figure out what it would be. Like, would it be bagged plus one? We got ice plus one, like 4 brands. Is that the best way to go? Or is it pick out of a hat from all our local creators and now it's a 3-man tournament? And then is that too similar to...
That feels similar.
It's too similar to Captain's League. So,
yeah. And the way you said it, like, oh, let's just go get the top 8 ranked guys, I would lean like, oh, no. If that's the way my idea was interpreted, don't do that. I feel
well,
like...
when you say you could get whoever.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I would be hoping Trev would go get a really cool MLB guy.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I get that. All right. Let's wrap up.
If we did that, I'd want to do that and sell tickets at like another facility, but we're far away from that.
Ideas for down the line. Wanted to quick hit just because you did another solo Boone yesterday, and it was not the smoothest, just given the nature of the Yankees. Any insight there of how you navigated those convos? Because I don't know. I know that everybody says you're too soft, but me watching it, I was like, hey, you pressed him.
Yeah, you get like every episode gets both of those, and they've been pretty good. So we didn't have to be like too hard, and it's not supposed to be like what. I'm happy with how the episode. I did do it by myself. Jake was out, and I was like, okay, I got to prep. I got to figure out how I'm going to enter these conversations and make it so Boone talks. He was more talkative this year than last year. Sometimes of the tough conversations, he just kind of got like pissy with us. He had it out, and like he acknowledged some stuff. Like, I understand that's how fans perceive it, but it's not. Instead of being like, you're wrong,
right?
Which I feel like was kind of last year.
Mm-hmm.
How yesterday's episode went is my ideal version of what like a conversation asking about issues the fan base has is. So if that's too soft or too hard for people, which we get both, be like, why does Boone do this when you just like ask these questions? Other people are like, you're too soft. I think they're just searching for something else. Like there's some people that are like, someone's like, if you don't tell them you're fired, I'm unsubscribing. It's like, well, unsubscribe. I'm not gonna root for someone to lose their job.
Yeah,
that's it to their face. You know what I mean?
Anywhere, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, but yeah, I was happy with how it came out in the end, how I did it, the conversation. I haven't listened back, but I thought I got all the points I wanted to get and had him, and he responded, and we had some conversations. And there was points where I was like reading stats, and he was interested. He's like, wait, Trev, that low too? Like, I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
But I've just realized that, like, one, I always know we can't please everyone, but there's just people that want it to be something it's not. And I'm so much better this year at like truly not caring about what people say. Twitter's gotten so bad that I just like, it's literally, it's nothing anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm happy, and that's all that's
what counts.
needs. Yeah.
All right, one question, and then we'll do a brainstorm if you want. We've been going for 40 minutes, so we're fine on time. Seth Gill, our good friend, asked about licensing. A lot of recent news surrounding JM has to do with licensing out content. Is that part of the growth plans, or is that a long-term goal of the company?
Both. You need to have diversified revenue streams. We can't just rely on one stream of revenue. For a while, the company was built on programmatic ads, so like Facebook money, YouTube money, money from the ads that those platforms are running, and then you get a cut. And that was like, all of our revenue was coming from programmatic. And then we hired Courtney, and she took over, built out a sales team, and we tapped into direct revenue, which is selling to advertisers and partners and campaigns for companies. And that's now our biggest, but we have still programmatic as a chunk. So like there's two. Merch brings in revenue. There's not a big profit margin. It's better, actually. I said this last time on the show, and then I was told, no, it is better, but it's not, so that becomes a pillar. You need a bunch of pillars, and we wanted to get into licensing this year. So we've found some success. Bally's, there's others. I don't know if they have happened or not yet, so I'll pause. But it's part of the growth plans and long-term goal of the company. But all the licensing deals we're doing, it's not content that we make that only lives elsewhere. There might be some, but it would be brand new content, not anything that we've given to our audience on its platforms. We never plan on now taking that away and putting it elsewhere or behind a paywall.
Yeah.
But there's been so much growing in the space from companies realizing that's not the best plan. Like Spotify did that with a lot of people, and they realized, oh, that's not the best. And a lot of other places did that. We're like, we're going to take your show, and now it's just going to be behind this paywall, or it's on ours. We're going to take it off of YouTube, and it didn't work. And ESPN with Pat McAfee kind of were the first huge one to be like, no, keep it on YouTube.
Yeah.
And we're going to distribute it here, and we're going to cross promote and do all this stuff. So there's just been this kind of like coming to terms on the industry side of, hey, if you take it off where its audience is, not all of that audience is going to follow. So now you're paying for an X% of growth, but actually getting a decrease because you think 100% are going to come over and it's going to grow. Actually, 50% come over, and then you're growing back to what it was. So it's not that much of a like pulling teeth anymore when we start these combos. Where in previous years it was always that, and we just say no, we're not going to take it off where our audience is. That would it would kill it. So it's allowed us to have more conversations and go. So yeah, it's a growth plan, and then like long term, we always want to have licensing deals that are a chunk of the pie. Yeah.
No, you said it. Rogan's back on YouTube now. Spotify changed that for him and stuff. Last thing before we get out of here, I just want to talk through, we're doing a home run derby vlog next week, as we've done for the past 3 years. And the one that's performing the best is when Moylan caught a ball. So obviously we can't bank on that. So I know that us as a collective want to ensure that that vlog has a good storyline as backup plans as well. So just wanted to tap your thoughts. I think this will be like a open brainstorm of brain dump. What thoughts did you have of oh, this is a good storyline, let's definitely do that?
Yeah, so we've always done trying to catch a ball.
Yeah.
When you catch it, it's easier. Yeah. That's definitely something we need to prep for. So we need to be filming each person. Do you think you're going to get a ball? Ask each person, do you think you're going to get a ball? We're going to go get a ball. Who do you think's going to hit it to you? That should be some of the stuff that we film early on. So if that person does get a ball, we can use it. If we're not even in a section where a ball's ever hit, all the stuff gets scrapped. But we have to prep for that storyline to have a beginning, and then hopefully or if someone comes close and then it gets grabbed away, that's a moment. And then you have, that's the middle, and then the end would be the look of defeat. That would be the main storyline. Some stuff we'll probably run into naturally when we're there and like the moods of everyone and the heat. When me and Zach when we went to Fenway for Amtrak, we sat on the Green Monster.
Yeah.
And we were watching the game, but you can't show the game. So it's a little like Zach and I were like, what are the storylines here? So when we got there, we bought a ton of lottery tickets.
Right.
And we were like, all right, this is the B storyline of this video.
Yeah.
And like throughout it, we'll just keep checking tickets. Like Jake will buy another set of tickets. We'll look at the tickets and then they'll announce it and we'll be looking through it. And like we bought from one guy and then another guy. And that was our B storyline because we were like, what if the game doesn't give us enough? Or just like, if you're just like sitting there watching the game, it becomes kind of just like a montage. Like that would, in a movie, that would just be a montage of like they watch the game. So I remember one point Amtrak was like, can we cut that? And me and Zach were like, no.
Yeah.
Because then there's no B storyline. Like there's nothing to give it structure besides the game. Like you need to have different journeys. So you can do it in any silly way. It could be like if Jake's craving Dippin' Dots, okay, let's like Jake's mission to get Dippin' Dots becomes a B plot or C plot, you know. So there's some that we can just do there. If a beer spills on someone's shirt, okay, hey, let's follow like this person. They need a new shirt. Interview them about their shirt. Like just make sure whatever moments happen in the middle. If we can't prep for it, there will be no intro. It'll just happen, and then we have to follow up and follow that person through whatever that is. Ones that we can prep for, I'm not sure how many there would be without knowing where our seats are and like the full thing. But introductory should always be shots of us saying hi to people, walking in. Who do you think's going to win? Who do you think's going to catch? And then there will be the storyline of the Derby, like when J-Rod went crazy. That round was like, okay, people are going to want to see behind the scenes of that.
Right.
So that could always be the A. But I think you got to try and do catching a ball and then just all the near misses. What was the Denver one? It was just like in awe of how awesome it was because balls were going to hit like crazy.
Oh, yeah. And there was near misses in there, too.
Yeah. It was last year the seats changed from not being in the home run area, so that whole storyline went. So then it was like kind of there was no.
It's a montage.
It was just a montage. So, but we have seats in the outfield, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So that storyline will work. We just need balls near us.
There should be.
And whoever's active, like in Denver, Trev was like, "I'm gonna go,
he went
catch
out.
one," and then he went and he bodied him and Zach Hampel were bodying each other. So that became so like I think. There's not too much prepping. It's prepping the camera people and the creators. Like, hey, if we think we need something else, then we'll be like, Jake, go let's go find this food. We're gonna find this food. Or hey, let's go to another section and we're not coming back unless we get a ball. And then like we need to like diverge into something like that.
Okay.
So there's so it's not just we're in our seats. Oh, Homer.
Yeah.
Because Trev doing that with Hampel was great.
Yeah.
That's what like that kind of made that video was Trev's mission to out Hampel, and then Hampel out.
Hampel
like
got
a ball came to both of them, and Hampel like jumped on his back and robbed him from it, and he was like, "What the fuck?" I forgot about that. So that was like the first video, and it did really, really well. And then the next one, Moylan caught one, so that did really, really well, like crazy. So yeah, if we don't catch one, or it's looking like, guys, we're not going to catch one, like we just all do the first round, just everyone try to get a ball. And then if no one gets one and none even come like that close, then we need to have little side missions. Jack and Zoe, go try to get this or go try to find a new spot. You know what I mean?
You will be rooting for the lefty bats. I don't know how many there are, but that's who you're rooting for.
Well,
Gunner.
J-Ram, if he decides.
He's in.
I know I don't know which way he's going to swing.
Oh. Gunner is a lefty.
We're in right field?
Yeah. Who else is in it?
I'm trying to see.
Witt's a righty, right? Yeah. Alec Boehm. Looks like
there's limited amount of balls this year too.
There's less?
Yeah, only 40 balls per batter. It's for the broadcast. so the broadcast can actually they can slow it down a little, so because it's become a horrible TV product, and like the broadcast knows that, like we can't.
Yeah, you can't follow.
Yeah. Not many lefties.
Yeah, hard rooting for Gunner at this point.
What's the dimensions of
Globe Life?
Yeah. Like, where is J-Ram? Which way is he going to stand?
Looks pretty even to me.
Is it? Left field line.
326. Left field line is a little shorter. Or, excuse me, right field line is a little shorter, so he should bat lefty.
325 to right field?
Yeah.
Or 326? Which one's the new one? Globe Life Park or Globe Life Field?
I don't know, but it's more or less the same conversation, it looks like.
Field is the new one. So it went from a park to a field.
The biggest difference is that 390 to 372, which could convince him to bat righty.
Yeah. Globe Life Field. We sat in the right field bleachers for the World Series.
Okay. Potentially going back.
Yeah. Huh. Globe Life Park has the 390. Field is 372. It's pretty even, huh? Dead center's a shot. It's pretty even.
It's very equally dimensioned. Just comparing the park and the field, that's where that 390, they brought it all the way into 372.
Yeah. All right. Well, we might have to go run over there.
On the walkways. That's what Trev did in Denver.
Yeah, I'm not going to go snag a ball in front of someone's seat.
No.
I'm out on that. Not cool. Not cool. All right, I got to record a breakdown. Yeah. Thanks to the 50 of you that subscribed to the YouTube channel and helped us out. Appreciate that a whole bunch. And we'll be back, not next week, but after that, or I think then that might be the day in the life of my trip, because I'm going All-Star break and then vacation week. Appreciate you. See you later. Goodbye. Whoop. I ejected myself.